Lil Meech just lit a fire the industry didn't see coming. The quiet kid everyone thought was still learning the ropes has flipped the entire game on its head, and this time, he's not holding back. Out of nowhere, he called out Rick Ross for allegedly scamming his father, Big Meech, out of $120 million. That's not small money. That's generational wealth, empire-level cash, and if what Lil Meech is saying is true, it could be one of the biggest betrayals hip-hop has ever seen. The kind that doesn't just ruin deals, it rewrites legacies. At first, nobody wanted to believe it. Rick Ross, the self-proclaimed boss, had spent years talking about loyalty, power, and respect. He wasn't just another rapper flexing for clout. He branded himself as a man of vision, a mogul who turned dreams into billion-dollar empires. And when Big Meech was released, the streets thought this was it. The rebirth of BMF, the rise of something legendary. Ross promised films, endorsements, and a full-blown entertainment franchise that would turn the BMF story into a global brand. For a moment, it looked like the king was finally coming home to claim his throne. But once the flash died down and the contract started collecting dust, the story changed. There was no movie, no payout, and no empire. Just talk. The millions Ross had hyped turned into whispers, and insiders started hinting that the whole thing was smoke and mirrors. People close to the camp claimed Ross knew what he was doing from day one, pitching dreams that sounded too good to fail. He promised Big Meech and his son the world, but the reality was something colder. He wasn't building an empire, he was building hype. Off their name, their struggle, their story. That's when fans started connecting the dots. While Rick Ross was out flashing luxury cars and name-dropping Hollywood producers, someone else was actually putting in the work. 50 Cent. He was the one who took the risk, the one who turned BMF from a street legend into a mainstream success. He funded the show, personally trained Lil Meech, and built an empire out of loyalty and vision. While Ross was busy performing for cameras, 50 was shaping a legacy behind the scenes. For him, it wasn't about flexing, it was about preserving the story, giving it weight, giving it purpose. And yet, when the smoke cleared, Lil Meech didn't stand with 50. He stood with Ross. It was the move no one saw coming, and it hit like a betrayal. Fans couldn't make sense of it. The man who gave him his shot, the mentor who taught him how to act, got pushed aside. Tony Yayo called it out instantly, saying what everyone was already thinking. How could you turn your back on the man who put you on? The streets weren't laughing anymore. The BMF legacy started looking fractured, like history repeating itself all over again. Then came the memes, the posts, the jabs. 50 did what he does best, turned pain into performance. He joked about Ross cutting his own grass, clowned his lifestyle, and turned the internet upside down. It wasn't just humor, it was strategy. Every punchline carried a truth bomb. 50 was saying what nobody else dared to. Rick Ross wasn't loyal to the culture, he was loyal to the camera. He wasn't building, he was borrowing, using the shine of others to feed his own spotlight. And the wildest part? People started to agree. Behind the laughter, 50 let the truth slip. He claimed Lil Meech had been spiraling, showing up late, losing focus, even struggling on set. And every time things fell apart, 50 said he had to step in, fix it, carry the weight no one else would. The image of Ross as a mentor started to fade, replaced by something colder, a man playing power games while someone else did the work. 50 wasn't just defending his reputation, he was defending what BMF stood for: discipline, loyalty, and legacy. Meanwhile, Ross kept doubling down, turning controversy into currency. Every scandal, every diss, every mention just made his name trend higher. He dropped promo videos shouting dates, cities, and tour names like he was untouchable. To fans, it looked like a marketing masterclass, but to insiders, it looked like manipulation. Every move, every post, every speech was another way to keep control of the narrative. When people accused him of exploiting the Meech name, he didn't deny it, he flipped it. "I am Big Meech," he said, smiling through the camera. The arrogance was unreal and the internet couldn't look away. Whack 100 didn't stay silent. He went straight for Ross's throat, saying what others were too scared to say. If Ross truly cared about Big Meech, he would have moved in silence. No cameras, no interviews, no performative loyalty. Real men don't need to film their brotherhood. Real power doesn't chase headlines. What Ross did was something else entirely. He turned loyalty into theater, brotherhood into branding. Every handshake, every photo op, every so-called business meeting was just another act in a long-running show starring himself. And that's when people started remembering. This wasn't new. Ross had done it before, built his entire image off the real freeway Rick Ross while the man sat behind bars. Then he did it again with Larry Hoover, borrowing their names and stories to build his empire while they fought for their lives. It's a pattern. Take real pain, wrap it in luxury, sell it back as art. And every time, Ross walked away richer, while the original names faded deeper into the shadows. The more people looked, the more they saw that the BMF saga wasn't an exception. It was the rule. Now the whole game's watching Lil Meech. The kid who once symbolized a comeback is standing at the center of one of the ugliest feuds hip-hop's seen in years. The internet's split down the middle. Some say he's protecting his father. Others say he's protecting the wrong man. But one thing's for sure, the BMF legacy is no longer about unity and redemption. It's about loyalty tested in public, betrayal dressed as business, and the brutal reality that fame changes everything. 50 Cent saw it coming. From day one, he called Ross what he is, a marketer, not a mogul. A man who knows how to spin pain into profit. And as the dust settles, fans are starting to see that maybe he was right. The comments say it all. Ross is a fraud. He messed up the whole legacy. He played the game too well. But maybe that's the truth no one wants to face. Maybe Ross didn't break the system. He just mastered it. In the end, you have to wonder who really won. Big Meech gave the world a movement. 50 Cent gave it a legacy. And Rick Ross turned it into a brand. Somewhere between loyalty and greed, between brotherhood and business, the truth got lost. Maybe Meech wasn't betrayed. Maybe he was outplayed. Because in a world where every name is for sale and every story is a product, the biggest hustle of all is knowing how to make yourself look like the hero, even when you're the one writing the script.